You're listening to the Monday Night Community Show with Daniel on BRFM.
This is the Daniel Monday Night Community Show on demand through YouTube. Thank you very much for choosing to listen to us through this method. If you'd like to keep up to date with when I add new interviews, then subscribe to this channel. Firstly, going to be talking to our first guest, Jaye. She's the Communications Manager for Ideas Test, Creative People and Places, Swale and Medway. Jaye, firstly, thank you very much for coming along and talking to us.
You're very welcome, Daniel. Thanks for having me.
Well, I was wondering if you could give our listeners a bit of a refresher and on Creative People and Places, Swale and Medway Ideas Test.
Of course. Creative People and Places is a National Arts Council project designed to get more people involved in art. Along with other areas, they identified Swale and Medway as areas of low arts engagement. Ideas Test is the umbrella organisation for this area, encouraging non-arts community groups and individuals to get involved with artists across all genres to bring art into the community, taking it out of traditional galleries and spaces so more people can experience it naturally by taking it maybe in the local park or maybe even in their own home.
So I was hoping you could tell us a little bit more about your role within Creative People and Places.
I've been with Ideas Test since December, and I'm working on ensuring that local people find out about the inspiring projects already funded and understand that they too can get involved by applying for funding to test out their own ideas. There are a lot of people who think they don't do art or that they're not creative, but actually when we talk to them, they realise the craft activities they see as hobbies, for example, are just as creative as any other art form. So we're looking to get more of those people involved, and that's mainly my role.
And I know next you want to talk a little bit about the nomination of non-arts community catalysts.
Yes, we're particularly interested in non-arts community catalysts. They're the people in the community who everybody knows. They're usually the instigators of things like street parties, village fetes, and they're the ones that we need the rest of their community to nominate them so we can help to get more people involved in what they do and really make a big impact across local communities.
So what are the overall aims of the project then, Jaye?
The overall aim is to get more people taking part in art and creative activities on a more regular basis, so it becomes a natural part of their leisure time, really, in the same way that sport is, for example.
Jaye, what are the different types of ideas so far?
We've had a huge range of ideas tested so far, from classical music in living rooms to craft flash mobs in cafes. We've got film workshops coming up and an unusual augmented reality game via a phone app. I mean, I'm not a techie person, but that's really, really exciting. I got to have a look at that. There's so many different types of projects. We've got Creator Box, the art vending machine, and that'll be taking art into the homes of people who can't get out to art. So it's a really, really valuable idea. But yeah, there's no set rule really. It's if you've come up with an idea that you think will get a lot more people involved in art, especially if it involves a particular community group, we'd love to hear them. We'd love to hear what ideas you've got.
So how can you get involved?
It's very easy. You can apply to us with your own idea or nominate a catalyst, or just tell other people that you think will benefit, that we exist and that we could help them. We're happy to chat through ideas face-to-face or by telephone or email. And the beauty of this programme, it's not a long-winded progress or process. The applications can be made in writing, by video, face-to-face, or even podcast. Whatever way the applicant is comfortable with, we're happy to try and help them through that process.
Jaye, I know you wanted to talk about the impact of collaboration with local people next.
Yes, collaboration with others is a really good way to help a bid. The more people you've got involved, the more likely your idea or your project will be sustainable. And that's a key outcome for us for the overall project. We want people to carry on experiencing art and creativity, not just to do one thing and then stop. We've had the positive contribution made by a catalyst and so many others so far has been awesome. The voluntary sector's full of fantastically generous people, and we want to do everything we can to support them in making where they live a better place by encouraging and nurturing their ideas.
So I know there has been a lot of positive collaboration being made by so many people.
There has been share. We've got, yourselves with Arch Transmission, with Francis Knight and with the railway. There are so many different projects that are capturing lots of community groups with artists and making a real benefit.
So if you're happy we've covered everything, Jaye, that you wanted to, I was wondering if you could go over the useful contact details so our listeners can find out a little bit more.
Of course, yeah. We have our website, which is www.creativepeopleplace.info. The email address is contact@creativepeopleplace.info. You can find us on Twitter as well at Ideas Test, or you can even call us on 07713 865 955. Best of all, we have a newsletter you can sign up to, which you can find the sign up sheet for that on our website, so you'll get to hear firsthand all our latest news and events that are happening around Swale and Medway.
Well, I'd like to thank you very much for coming along, updating us on Creative People and Places, Swale and Medway, and introducing yourself within your role within the project.
Thank you, Daniel.
That is Jaye this evening, joined with us live in the studio. She's the Communications Manager for Ideas Test, Creative People and Places, Swale and Medway. And you can find out all about our guest this evening by logging on to Facebook, searching Daniel Monday Night Community Show on BRFM. If you Google it, you'll get along to the blog. If you search it into Google Plus or Twitter, you should find me that way as well. And all of those list our guests this evening with useful web links. And if you look back through the posts, you'll find links to podcasts of previous interviews, as well as information about past guests and useful links as well.